Aha! Welcome back, everybody. This is Sirkin Doesn't Die December edition. Hardcore Minecraft. You know the drill. We went through this yesterday. I just got done smelting up some iron. Iron, you ask? Inquisitively, wondering with your mind and heart, why? Why does Sirkin have iron when last I left him, he pretty much didn't have anything to his name? Well, let me tell you, my friends. Let me tell you why I have iron. I crafted up some stone tools, and you can see here I've saved our very first stone pick for our memorial. But I went out and I started getting us some resources. Yes, we've got a build today that we need a lot of cobblestone and a lot of andesite and some gravel and things for. And I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But let me show you where I got these resources from. As I was kind of looking around our village here, I noticed right over here by the river, there was a neat little hole. And it just went down to right there. So I went ahead and I dug down into it. Or rather, I jumped down into it because all holes lead to adventure. And I started digging. And I didn't stop. I may have went a little overboard. But we needed the cobble, we needed the andesite, and we needed the gravel for today's build. So it was a win-win situation. But as I was going through here, I found some iron there. I found some iron there. And I found some iron down here. Now, as I was mining the iron out, I heard some interesting sounds. Heard some very interesting sounds. Namely, that. Did you hear it? There's zombies in here, and I'd like to find them. But before we do that, I feel like we should get prepared a little bit. Don't you think? Don't you think? I think so. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some things here. First and foremost, we're going to make a shield. Just because it's got to be the number one defensive item in the game. Yes, armor works well, but a shield just blocks 100% of damage if you've got it held up. So you got to have that right away. I feel like the next thing we need is maybe upgrade our sword. So we're going to do that. We're going to get ourselves an iron sword. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good in the hand. Spring, sparkles, sparkles. We got ourselves an iron sword. And finally, I think maybe we do a chest plate, right? Whoops. Let's put that down here. Let's do that. And how about some pants? Why not? There. Now we are pretty much kitted out now. So what I want to do is I want to just start digging in here. And I'm going to make us some torches real quick. I just want to start digging in and seeing if I can find where all these zombie sounds are coming from. And maybe, I'm kind of hoping it's a spawner, because that would mean some chests that we can loot. Now let's be very quiet and see if we can hear where the zombies are coming from. It sounds like it's coming from this way. So let's start digging. Come on. Where are you guys at? We may need to go down just a little bit. Let's put a torch. Zombies. Where are you at? I'm not hearing them now, so maybe let's backtrack just a little bit. Come on, where are you at? Oh, of course he's not going to make any noise now. Oh, that dude. Well, that in and of itself tells us something. That tells us that we are probably not dealing with a spawner, but rather just a cave system, which wouldn't be bad either, but I'm not sure I'm going to find it. Come on, where you at? Aha! It's a ravine. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Light? Yes. Oh, good grief. Well, we found our zombies. And we found a ravine. We might try to tackle this today. We might try to jump in here and see what we can find. I already see some more iron, but I see a lot of mobs. Oof. Okay, we know this is here, so let's just remember this, okay? Let's remember there's a ravine right underneath our village, and that's going to be really good for us. So we're going to get some nice resources out of that, but in the meantime, let's pop back up and let's talk about, oh no. Sleep. I got too distracted by the zombies underground and forgot that things can spawn above ground if I'm not careful. Oh no. I hear them. I hear them burning. Okay, let's pop up. Oh, the worst thing in the world would be a creeper right now. Jump in the water. Oof. Okay. All right, we're good. We dodged a bullet right there. We dodged a bullet. Now, as you can see, I'm growing some sugarcane. I am growing some crops again in the farms, and I'm living with 5 steak. So, what do you think that means for us today? What do you think we should work on? I'm thinking farms. I'm thinking we need a sustainable source of food and one that actually looks halfway decent as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of this cobble and andesite and all the other jazz. I started working on putting villagers in here. I don't know if I'm going to leave them in there. Probably not. But at least they're safe in case I make boneheaded moves like leaving or staying up all night. So let's grab all this and let's head over here. And let me tell you what I want to work on today. We're going to make some farms that follow a little bit of lore that we're going to create for this world. Now, what I really like about this area is that we're right next to the jungle. Now, what that does for us is that gives us a little bit of flexibility with the type of builds that we make and the lore that surrounds those builds. And so what I want to do is kind of give a story to our world. Why did these villagers settle here? What makes this area special? Well, for one thing, in my head, I'm imagining that the reason there's a jungle here is that this area is very, very fertile. And why would it be so fertile? What makes it so rich that things grow so well here? Good question. See, these are the types of questions you got to ask yourself when you're working in your world and you want to bring it to life. You got to ask the questions why, how, where would this happen? Why would this happen? And that's what we're doing here. So why is this jungle here? Because the land is so fertile. Why is the land so fertile? Well, in my head, deep below in the core of this world, there is heavy volcanic and plate activity that constantly causes rich minerals and other nutrients to surface through what we're going to build today, which is going to be a series of geysers. That's right. We're going to build some geysers here that will serve as the natural water source and source of nutrients for our farms. And so what these villagers have done is they've come in here and they've planted their crops around the geysers using the natural heat, the natural nutrients, and the naturally rich soil to produce incredible, bountiful yields of food. And so that's what we're going to do here. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to just trim this dirt back a little bit and give ourselves a nice big area to work with. And let's just kind of carve in here, work with the terrain a little bit. I'm a big fan of terraforming to create a story, but I also feel like you can work with your natural environment as well to do that. And so that's what we're going to do here. Let me finish carving out this area just a little bit, and then we'll get started on our project. Okay, so what I've done here is I've kind of dug out the area to give ourselves a nice outline and shape of what this pool and geyser is going to look like. Now, I've went kind of large here because, like I said, this is going to be basically my source of food for a while. So I kind of want it to be a little larger, a little producing, because I'm also going to be using these to trade with the villagers. So I really want to produce quite a bit of food here. But this is not going to all be soil or farmable land, because what we're going to do now is we're going to create little pools inside this perimeter that where the water is bubbling up from the core of the world and creating little pools that around that and in between each of the pools is going to be super rich, loamy, deep, nutrient-rich soil that is going to just produce so well for the villagers. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of build this up just a little bit here and give it a little bit of shape and texture and interest. Make it look, like this is something that's bursting up out of the surface of the ground. And I just want to raise it up just a little bit, maybe add some peaks and valleys here and there. And we'll come back in here with stairs and slabs as well, just to really bring this to life. That. Oh, this is gonna look so good, you guys. I'm so excited for this. And it's getting dark, so let's sleep. Very nice. All right, let's keep working. And don't be afraid, like just because you set an outline, don't be afraid to deviate from it if inspiration hits you, right? So don't be afraid. This is just rough outlines. This is just to give you an idea of where you want to work. So don't be afraid. Let your inspiration fly. I've got an idea for here. So we are gonna kind of follow the outline here. Let's raise this up. Maybe build some. Yes. Let's make this kind of tall, right? Tall and just kind of bulky. Yeah. I'm liking the shape that we're ending up with here. Oh, let's bring that in there like that. Okay. All right, we're making some progress. Little peak there. Continue, bring this around. And what we're doing here is we're giving ourselves a nice encapsulated area that we can work inside and really bring in the details, really bring it to life and elevate the area here. And it's going to settle it in by raising this up, giving a clear perimeter. It's going to set it into the world around it so that you have the ability to kind of stick to this area and not feel like you have to terraform the entire world to look just like it. See, that can come in time. But for right now, having clear borders is going to work wonders for giving you a clear sense of what needs done right now. Let's raise this up. Give ourselves a little bit of something here. Yes, I'm liking it. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. And raise that up. Bring it point down here. Maybe do something like that. Let's give ourselves a little bit of height here. And bulk. Yes. Okay. I am very, very pleased with the way this is shaping up. So now what we want to do is we want to come in here and maybe outline some areas that are going to be nothing but water, right? So like here, this is going to be water. And maybe right here is another area that's just water. And what I'm kind of doing here is I'm giving myself the ability to have water here and then plantable soil around the edges, right? And then it's going to run in between as well. So that way we can have this entire interior filled with tilled soil that's not going to dry out because we're going to have water sources that will affect all of it. See, like this here, this water block will go 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way to the corner. And that is exactly what we want. We want to make sure that water fills or rather impacts the entire zone. And then we can hide some water in the wall as well using the stair or half slab trick. No big deal. No big deal whatsoever. Let's just do a little tiny one right here. Like that. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And then right here, let's do this. Let's kind of surround our chest here for a minute. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. We're getting some work done here, guys. Okay. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to cut the camera here for just a minute. I'm going to bring in the water. I'm going to bring in the soil. And I'm going to at least get this functional, right? Bring in you with a progress update, and then we'll work on the finer details later. So let me get this at least functionable, and we'll go from there. Jeez. I'm on the hunt for gravel, and I can't find any surface gravel anywhere, but I can find a ton of zombies for some reason. I promised you guys a little bit of fighting today, so let's do it, I guess. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a spider, and he's got strength potion. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh, he hit hard. Oh, he hit so hard. I hear skeletons. I'm not interested in skeletons. God. Oh, jeez. Fell right on me from above. Look at you in your shiny golden armor. Die. Whew. Okay. This is not the way. This is not the way. Remember in last episode I said we're going to play things smart. We're not going to be cowards, but we're not going to be dumb either. This is not the way to find the gravel we need. So I'm going to keep searching, and I'll bring you guys back once we've made some more progress. Well, there you have it, folks. The basic functionality of this farm is ready to go. We've got our protective wall around the outside, acting as if the earth is being pushed up from the pressure of these geysers as they settle into pools of water that is providing the nutrients needed to make such beautiful, loamy soil. Now, this may not look like it's a lot of farmland. It may not look like it's going to produce a whole lot, but this is actually about 4 stacks worth of seeds to fill up this area. So it's going to produce quite a bit of food for us, I believe, especially if we come in here with carrots or potatoes. We're going to have all the food we need just from this farm. But that doesn't mean this is all the food I want. I'm thinking that what I might do is make these geysers kind of fill this area at some point. For now, this is good. Having one to kind of get us started is a good start. So what I want to do next is get in here and put in some of the finer details that's really going to sink this build into the environment, provide the eye-catching interest that's really going to tell the story that this has been here for millions of years, and it's really just part of the landscape. So we're going to bring in some bushes. We're going to bring in some sugar cane. We're going to bring in various plants and flowers and things, and kind of crumble this up with texturing, bring in some andesite, some gravel, things like that to really bring this build to life finally. So let me get that done. I'll bring you in for the final product. Welcome back, friends. As you can see, we've got a finished product here, and what you can see is I've gone through and I've put in some block variation using cobble, stone, andesite, gravel, slabs, even the walls to throw some spikes in here and there, and some leaves to kind of just sink it into the surrounding greenery. Because when it was just the stone, the gray stone palette, it really stood out against all of the green in the area. And so what I wanted to do is I really wanted to embed this project into the surrounding landscape. And like I said earlier, make it really feel like this has been here for millions and millions of years. And only recently have the villagers started using it for their farming purposes. And so what we've done is we've gone through and just threw in some birch and oak. I found that if you use multiple types of leaves in doing this, it looks so much better than if you just have one type of leaf for your entire bush area. So try to use a variation as much as possible, because what it's going to do to that is it's going to trick your eye into thinking it's far more intricate and it's far more interesting than maybe it actually really is. Because let's face it, this is really just, leaf spam. But with the variation and the variation in heights as well, it really, really brings out interest, that aesthetically pleasing nature of the build. And so I'm very, very happy with this. So now we're going to have all the wheat, we're going to have all the carrots and all the potatoes we need for the foreseeable future. And so, like I said, guys, I'm really proud of this build today. And what's even better about this is that it came out of my own brain. I'm really happy that I sat down and just let the creative juices fly, or flow rather, and just came up with something from my own brain. Now, by the way, does this trick still work where you can put something next to the tree sapling and it'll grow super tall? Because what I want here is I want some really nice big trees to kind of flank this area here. And I'm going to kind of do that around on the other side as well, but I ran out of saplings. But does this still work? Let me know in the comments, because I can't remember if they've patched this or not. I hope it still works, but I really need to get some bone meal, to be honest, just to try to see if this works. But yeah, so let's kind of walk around here, and you guys can kind of just get a little glimpse. I put gravel and some other blocks in the ground to make it look like it was starting to push up even more. But you got to leave some of the grass and stuff in, because as rock and stuff pushes through dirt, some of that dirt is going to cling to the rock. So make sure you don't completely get rid of all the dirt. Like, see here, you can leave some of this dirt in, and it really brings it to life. And it's such a small thing to do, such a small thing, and with such a powerful impact. And so, yeah, I think that's going to do it for today. I know I said we were going to try to go down into that ravine, but quite frankly, this episode's already running a little long, and the sun is getting kind of low. So we're going to call it a day right here, my friends. As you can see here, we're a little bit bare here, but I need to get bone meal to pop up some grass and stuff here. But let me lay this bed down, let me take a nap, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.